feel like this episode was a little bit of a commentary on, I'm just going to say it, I know people are thinking it, on Karens.
This is a commentary on Karens? Okay. Mm-hmm. I can see that.
You see what I'm saying?
Extreme Karen.
You see what I'm saying? Like, she's a little bit more enthusiastic about killing this black dude
who did it wrong. I'm sure that out of all of this post-apocalyptic world, this black dude is not the person who's done her the worst. I mean, one would assume that this person
killed her brother. Helped kill her brother.
Yeah, it's true. But I'm very curious. You know, in this awful world where people are getting hung and killed all the time. I'm sure she obviously has grievances with
I'm sure the R word is still happening out there too, you know. You don't say it.
Republican? Or I know I should have said
very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I just walked right into that landmine that you told me not to walk. Don't do it. Oh yeah, you're just gonna do it. All right.
I meant the other R word, but we shouldn't say because we don't want to get demonetized.
Okay. Yeah, this is I guess I could see that being like a Karen. I'll say ultimate Karen thing. You know, especially with the casting kind of against type. You know, you wouldn't see this actress as like a tough kind of character. She typically plays really, really sweet characters, but in this, she's boiling with hate.
Terrible person. Even says she's a terrible person. It's great. Yeah. Let's get it going. Whitey is losing it in the post-apocalyptic world. If I can say words, I don't know. Post-apocalyptic world. There we go. Just edit that out.
Hello, you beautiful nerds. Welcome to the Drug Banthas podcast, where we talk about sci-fi, fantasy, horror, and all of the popular art that we love. Also, we do a drunk. I'm joined, as always.
We didn't even get a drunk.
That's true. We didn't get drunk. I feel like every time I'm about to announce you, that's when you walk away to get the drink. But I guess it's because it's the reminder. It's honestly also we do a drunk.
It's honestly not a thing, but it's become a thing.
I think it's because it's the reminder. Also, we do a drunk. Oh yeah, that is another element of this.
We do.
I'm joined as always by my co-host and brother Bill. How you doing?
I am doing better now. How are you doing?
Tip top. Excited about this episode. I'm sure that all the people who had grievances about the lack of action in the last episode,
this guy,
we're pretty satisfied with this one. I'm Jedi Master Grayson. Today we're talking about the new HBO Max series, The Last of Us, episode 5, Endure and Survive.
Cheers.
Which is apparently like a little reference. Cheers. Which is apparently a little reference to the comic book that, you know, the kids are reading throughout the episode. We'll get to that a little bit later. While I get myself fully prepared for this podcast and its namesake. What were your initial thoughts of this episode, you know, before we get into the nitty gritty?
My initial thoughts were they're definitely not going to do what you think we're going to do and do a whole backstory, man. Like, they actually did what I thought they were going to do, which was just give us a quick little glimpse into what was happening, line that timeline right on up, and play it, you know, press play from where we left off on the last episode. Now, one thing I do think that's interesting about how they're writing this show is this is exactly how I would have written this show. You know what I'm saying? Like, being that it is a video game TV show, right? I still feel like it's being told like a video game and not really being altered too much to fit a TV show.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, they're cutting certain things to blend certain storylines. So that, I mean, you know, as far as the cities and shit like that. Mm-hmm. But like, they're really just going out of their way to make sure that this is being told the way that the game is told it and also go through sequences like scenes as if it's happening like a video game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I've been really surprised at how
I call it the Grand Theft Auto writing formula.
Right. Yeah, I've been very surprised how well the narrative structure of these video games have translated so well into this TV show format, like the episodic format. We talked a little bit about Witcher last time, and I think that like the production quality is really, really great on that. But I think that the execution of the narrative of like how they pace everything out isn't as well done as this show. So
not this show, exactly. This show, the Drunk Banthas podcast. That's right. As you know, I've been outside of this podcast. I've been using that anytime somebody says this show. Like it's it's not as good as this show, and I'm like, that's right.
Like, you're right. This show right here.
This show right here, the Drunk Banthas podcast.
Speaking of which, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get updates to new videos.
That's right.
And also look out for future episodes of the pod. We're gonna have some guest stars coming up soon.
YouTube All Stars.
YouTube All Stars. I'll just go ahead and say, we got the Morbid Zoo is going to be jumping on talking about The Last of Us, like one of our episodes this pod, and we're gonna have Drunk Banthas artist, the artist who did the all the artwork for the channel. He's going to be coming on talking about Super Mario Bros, the John Leguizamo
and
movie.
The Last of Us.
Well, I'm not sure.
We could talk about The Last of Us too because he played the game.
Right. Well, I haven't talked to him about getting on for the show yet, but he's definitely going to be coming on talking about Super Mario Bros. So that'll be a lot of fun.
The real movie.
The real movie where you had a British guy and a Puerto Rican dude playing two Italian plumbers.
And there's nothing racist about that.
There's nothing racist, but ain't nothing wrong with that.
It's racial. It's not racist.
Man, I'm very excited to talk about that one, and I'm kind of low key excited about the new Super Mario Brothers movie. But enough of those video games.
Yeah.
Let's talk about these video games.
Video games is
The Last of Us. We did mention, like you alluded, that this is sort of like a Sam and Henry centric episode. What did you think about the fact that, like, pretty much the first half of this episode is just catching us up on these two characters? What did you think of the characters of Sam and Henry?
Sam and Henry were great characters. I like how the black people in the only black people that we've seen so far, if I'm not mistaken.
Happy Black History Month.
If I'm not mistaken, the only black people we've seen in this show so far, and may not ever see anymore again, they were the least violent people out of all of the people in all of the fucking post-apocalyptic world. Zombified world. They're the only people not walking around like a group of zombies.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
yes. He gave up somebody's life for try to save his brother's life, who's got leukemia and he's dying. I mean, the guy's deaf. You want him to die from leukemia too? Come on, man.
Yeah.
This guy lived his life. Let this little kid try to live life.
Right. Yeah. Like
live some life.
I did even like the moments where we're skipping to the head a little bit, but where Kathleen says, we get illusions that this guy was actually a really great man and a really good guy, because even before he died, he was like trying to convince her to forgive Henry. Because this episode could have been called Brothers.
Just two brothers.
Just two brothers. Because Kathleen is, it's obviously is a lot to do with her relationship with her brother, the relationship between Sam and Henry, and this whole plot is about Joel trying to get in touch with his brother.
And I also would like to point out that Henry's actions were to save his brother, costing Kathleen's brother his life.
Yeah.
But Henry ends up losing his brother, which ends up, being like a brother for a brother, an eye for an eye. Like,
Yeah, it's like kind of karmically happens later on. Spoiler alert. I mean, obviously, we're spoiling this whole episode.
All the spoilers right here, baby. Banthas podcast.
But yeah, it was pretty heartbreaking that after all of that, like literally in the last like 4 minutes and 30 seconds of the episode, all the hope just gets drained out of the episode of that whole narrative, and you kind of like it's they really make you.
I love it. I love it.
It's great.
I know everybody
writing.
says it was a sad episode. Morgan, you said it was a sad episode, and I told you it wasn't going to be a sad episode. Now, in my opinion, I was still right because to me, it wasn't a sad episode. But
you didn't think it was
to you, sir, it was a sad episode. I appreciate what you're saying, and what I will say is I was wrong, only in the sense that I feel why everybody else felt it was sad. But I already knew what was going to happen, and I didn't seem it. It didn't. I don't know. It didn't seem as sad to me.
Right.
Just because I'm like, yeah, what did y'all think y'all was watching? Y'all thought y'all was watching WB? You thought this was WTTO 21? You thought this was the CW? This ain't that kind of show. This ain't nothing happy. Ain't nothing good happening here, dog.
Right. I mean, yeah,
this is the apocalypse,
just because,
fam.
Yeah, just because other sad things have happened doesn't make this.
No, I'm not saying
sad,
that there's other things. No, I'm not saying that because other sad things have happened that there's no good things that can happen. I'm saying that this ain't one of them kind of shows. This is kind of like Game of Thrones.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
When you think something dope is about to happen, something good, something positive, that's when something bad is about to happen.
Right. Yeah, this is definitely the show working at the height of its powers as far as working on all the different levels that it does so well. As far as we got great action sequences, and we also got really great character building with like sweet moments where the characters going through the tunnels. We get to see Ellie and Sam playing soccer and shit and reading comic books. So we get that nice character development. Cheers. But we also get the sadness, the deep heart-wrenching is like, oh yeah, this is a post-apocalyptic world and we're going to take some serious L's, and sometimes it is going to feel like nothing makes sense. Like the big speech that Kathleen has about her brother dying is like, what was the point?
But she also admits in that scene that she's always been a terrible person though.
Right.
Before the pandemic,
right.
Like before anything happened, she was just a terrible person. He was a good person. She was a terrible person. And now she gets to embrace that part of herself with this newfound, dictatorship.
Just to dive into the beats of the episode. We start out with like a sort of a flashback.
We got the beats. We got the beats. We got the beats. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's like maybe like a 15-day flashback in the past where we see Henry and Sam trying to make their way through the city. They get helped out by Dr. Edelstein, who is the doctor that Kathleen was trying to figure out. Who's interrogating at the episode 4, I believe. And we see how they kind of just like try to survive. Henry is played by actor Lamar Johnson. Sorry, not the football player. And Sam is played by Kevon Woodard. Two really great young black actors.
They did great jobs.
Yeah, I was really shocked by how good they were.
Had more lines than Joel has had the entire fucking season so far. Said right? Way more words. It was crazy. I want to know what their check looked like. I hope it was good.
Yeah, me too.
You know what? First thing I ever seen either one of them in, Black All-Stars. I'm giving them Black All-Stars. Check in with Prim Hood Cinema. Check in with Prim Hood Cinema. Let him know. Add these dudes to the All-Stars.
And to the All-Stars.
They All-Stars.
I would really love it if Lamar Johnson got some shine after this.
Like Lamar Johnson, like G'd up and fucking shot his brother in the face, and then shot at Joel before that. Like, yo, no, son. Like, no, I'm for this.
Yeah, that was such a like crazy scene. We'll get to that later, but yeah, that was my favorite scene of the episode.
Then he shot himself. I wasn't surprised because I knew it was gonna happen, but for 2 seconds I thought they're not gonna make him kill himself. No, he killed himself.
I figured that he was gonna. Yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later, but yeah, that was a rough scene.
It was rough. I'm loosening it up here. Like, people, it was a TV show. It used to be a video game. It didn't happen. It's okay.
But I mean, yeah,
I'm just saying.
Like,
there's somebody right now, Alex. There's somebody right now, possibly watching this podcast, going, but I just don't think we need to see black kids getting shot on television. Like, for real? Like, there's somebody saying it right now,
right?
And you know what? They ridiculous. And I'm just trying to tell them. I'm just trying to console them. If you're watching this right now and you were affected deeply by that, I just want to hug you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right I guess now.
That's I'm here for our people.
Yeah, I mean, like, some people just don't want to see certain images. Just don't watch the fucking show.
But I mean, if you don't know that's going to happen, to be fair. I mean, look, just put some big...
That's a good point. This is the first time we have seen any black people.
Exactly. So put some big boy pants on. You know, the first time we see some black people, they going to die.
This is a horror show.
This is a horror show with black people in it, with no black people in it. Then all of a sudden, black people, they going to die. This is what happens. Just wake up.
So speaking of waking up, we halfway through the episode, we start out with Henry and Sam, over Ellie and Joel with the guns pointed on them, and they sort of come to a little truce. They break bread, they chat a little bit. Obviously, Henry and Ellie are doing most of the talking because Sam is deaf and Joel doesn't
talk. He's mute.
I really liked his performance in all this, though. Like, he was like the grumpy. Like, every time Ellie was like, "You want to introduce yourself?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm Joel. Whatever the fuck. You ate. Let's end all this."
Look, can we stop? I'm Joel. Like, none of us really should be doing any of this. This is not what we should be doing. Can we go
right
from where we're not fucking with each other? Can we get back to that?
Get back to that?
But yeah, I liked how he was like, my favorite scene in this show, in this episode, probably the whole show so far, is when dude said, "Fuck, dude, your tone doesn't really sound like you really beat it." And
right.
she was like, "No, he's just asshole. He just sounds like that." Right, Joel? He goes, "We're good."
Yeah. That was a really great scene.
Like, he might as well have said, "We're good." Like,
yeah, I was like, "You're not making me feel any better." God, yeah, that was a really great scene. Like
I just want you to say that everything's okay and you're not gonna fucking kill me when I let this gun down. Okay. Like, what? No, nigga, I need you to say it. You're not listening. I heard everything you said. Okay. Damn. Mandalorian.
Yeah, right. Come on, damn.
I'm telling you, he is Mandalorian. I saw it from the first episode. He is Mandalorian in all of this.
Texan Mando. Yeah, he's playing that role.
Mandoing it up the whole way through, dog.
And this is another reason why this is the best, in my opinion, the best episode so far, because it does all the things that the show does well, but it's all in this episode. Like, it's really, really funny up top. That scene, everybody's acting really, really well.
Tense. It's tense.
Yeah, it's tense. And then we get to the scene, like, Henry says that he has the plans of going underground because apparently the Fedra had lured all of the zombies underground years ago. So
15 years ago.
15 years ago. And apparently that's why nobody goes in the tunnels, but Henry's got the inside scoop.
Fedra, yeah, he's got the scuttlebutt is in the Fedra ranks that they ain't got no clickers or stickers or dick lickers down there in the tunnels no more, and they got rid of all of them, killed them, or they went away or something. I don't know. They not there.
I was super
What are you asking me for, Henry? What are you gonna do? Leave? Get back in there, nigger. That's how that conversation went.
Right. It's like, wait, why am I telling you this?
yeah, exactly. That's how that conversation went. This is scuttlebutt.
Go give me a sandwich, nigga, or I'll kill you.
Don't bring me a sandwich unless it's sourdough, because you get it? Because the goddamn yeast.
Oh,
is,
right.
Hey, don't want to be clicking. Don't want to be clicking.
Yeah, when I found out that everything that I'm allergic to was basically was causing people to turn into zombies in the show, I was like, oh, cool. I would be the first to die of violence instead of being zombified.
You would at least get bit before you. I mean, you wouldn't get infected,
right? Yeah.
I feel like getting infected is probably a little bit more uncomfortable. You like feel weird and like you don't know what's going on. If you get bit, at least you know. Yeah, it's happening. Right. I'm gonna be doing this thing. Either I'm gonna turn into a vampire, a werewolf, or this whatever the fuck this thing is.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I bet it's a little bit. Yeah, it's probably a different.
By the way,
feeling.
Put it in the comments. Have you ever been bitten by somebody and wondered what you're going to turn into the next day? Put it in the comments. Let us know. I was just curious. Like, have you ever been bitten by someone, a human being, and thought to yourself later, am I going to turn into anything?
Am I going to get
if you were going to turn into something,
what
did you think you were going to turn into? A werepanther? A werewolf? A polar bear? Whatever. Just let us know in the comments.
Yeah, a turtle duck. Whatever. Like something.
Platypus.
Something
That's
really.
a turtle duck is a platypus. Why are you trying to be disrespectful to platypuses?
But yeah, I did. It's funny because I was super unconvinced by Henry's explanation about how he got the information of the tunnels. But turns out he was right. I liked how they played it all up, and it just
turns out this snitch is on the level.
Yeah, he's a good snitch. His information is solid.
Information is solid. Hey man, nobody questions my snitches. They're on the level.
Speaking of snitching, what did you think of like the whole reveal of him being like, he tells Joel like, when I told you I'd never killed anyone before, I wasn't actually telling the full truth. I did, I gave up Kathleen's brother.
Yeah. I think he was like, Joel was thinking, man, that's all you did? Fuck that shit. Let's go. Like, we just gotta get the fuck up out of here, dog. Like, I thought you was gonna say something crazy, but you really all you're saying is that you did some regular shit. I thought you like beat a bitch down for some goddamn bread or something, or you like fucking cut the throat of this old lady so you could take her pills or something. I thought that's what you did.
I thought we was gonna be able to swap stories, man.
Yeah, I thought we was gonna be I thought we was swapping war stories. Bro, you ain't did nothing. You was just a little pup.
Yeah, you could definitely tell.
All you did was tell on somebody.
Yeah, for your.
That's what he was really looking like. That's how he looked like to me. How he was looking at him like, nigga, you just told on somebody. There ain't nothing. All right, let's get up out of here, man. We sitting over here telling stories that don't even matter now. Like, you think we bonded. I can see it in your face. You think we just bonded. See, look.
Yeah, you could see a moment in Joel. He's like, oh, you're a good person.
Yeah, like, oh shit.
You're one of those good people that still exist.
You got a bunch of kids together and you stole their chocolate and you killed all of them afterwards. I thought that's what you were gonna say because you wanted chocolate and. Not that I've done those things. Not that I've done those things. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's post-apocalyptic world. By the way, drinking game, if you could drink every time I mispronounce apocalyptic.
That'd be a good drinking game.
It's happened a lot. Apocalyptic.
Yeah, we did get the hint that Joel has done some fucked up shit in the past, way more than what we've seen. So yeah, he's like, we can't really. I thought I could connect with you, but not so much. Let's just get to where we're going. Because this world is about to eat you alive, nigga. Well, he probably didn't think that N-word.
He probably didn't say
head.
nigga.
Yeah. he seems like a good guy. Joel seems like a good guy. But yeah, then they get out of the tunnels and make it out safe. And they end up getting pinned down by the sniper and ambushed by Kathleen.
Yeah, Joel wouldn't say nigga. His daughter's like half black.
Right, yeah,
nigga.
of course not.
His daughter was like his baby mama was clearly black, dog.
I was thinking with my own brain. I was putting my black brain in Joel's.
You lost it. You lost it.
It used to be cool, man.
You used to be cool, man. You used to have it together. But you lost it.
What did you think of like this scene where like, we get the ambush from Kathleen and the Resistance, and like we get
it's an ambush.
We get the run bulldozer coming, bashing through all the trucks.
It was very
behind her.
What movie was that referencing that no one said so far in any of the little shows?
Wait a second. I don't know.
Mad Max, man.
Oh yeah, Mad Max. Yeah, for sure.
Very Mad Max vibes. We're coming through with the fucking gang of fucking motorized.
Yeah.
Some of them were like big. What do you call them? Doom buggies. Some of them were big doom buggies. Some of them were trucks. Some of them were dump trucks. One of them was a big ass dump truck.
And also a little Inception, like when the train like goes through the release, just like that shot where you see the run truck coming busting through all the cars. And we get sort of allusions to that earlier episodes where you see these paths marked out in roads, which could only be, only could have been done by a bulldozer. Really, really tense scene. Really is the best action that they've done so far. I should have looked up who directed this episode.
Some putts. No, I'm just,
but then they get him.
I don't know why I said that.
Some fucking putts.
some schwitzer.
Obviously, this
some
show was like
schwatzer. Is it
schwitzing? Or
no, the word for black person in Yiddish.
It's
like
I don't know.
Schlotzva or Schketzva. Some Jew put it in the fucking comments for me, please.
Please.
A good Jew, not one of you people who don't like Jews. I'm talking about Jewish people.
A nice
please,
Jewish person. Yeah.
Yes.
Could you please?
Even if you're Jewish and you hate Jewish people, please don't put anything. Whatever. Please don't put anything. I mean, all comments are welcome, but please don't put anything crazy. I just want an answer to the question. I don't want anything crazy, and I don't want no N words. Okay, look, I know it starts with an S. I know it starts with an S. It's Yiddish. It's not racist.
Speaking of nice Jewish people, Craig Mason is a nice Jewish man who executive produced the show, and with Neil Druckmann, the guy who made the video game. I think that this is like a really nice combination of.
There was a Jewish man who built a Jewish house,
and that house was named The Last of Us.
There was a crooked man who built a crooked house.
Right?
There was a Jewish man who built a Jewish house. I don't know. We're probably getting demonetized. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I haven't said anything disrespectful. I just think that was funny. Like, I don't know.
Well, we apologize to all the people with crooked houses out there.
Yeah, for any people with the crooked houses that we've disrespected, I apologize. And for any video game characters out there that I may have offended, I severely want you to kiss my booty hole. I don't care what you say.
I don't give a damn.
I'm a rebel. I don't care. Banthas, I don't care what you say. Video game characters.
What did you right as Kathleen is about to kill Henry, basically Henry kind of sacrifices himself. He's like, when I come out there, y'all just run, which was not going to end well. I mean, there's like 50 dudes with 100 guns. Those kids were not going to make it out of there alive.
Yeah, they're all going to die.
So right when Kathleen is about to kill Henry, and it's just a really tense scene. It's like, it's all like about brotherly love. It's like, can't we all just get along? It's like everybody just loves their brother.
The white bitch was like, no.
And yeah,
they was like, can't we all just get along? The bitch was like, hell no. And fuck your little brother too. I'm gonna kill that nigga too when I find him. I'm gonna kill everybody. I'm gonna kill that white bitch. I'm gonna kill that old Mexican nigga. I'm gonna kill that your brother. And if I can find your mama, bitch, I'm killing that bitch too.
Yeah, Kathleen definitely says nigga all the time.
Oh yeah, Kathleen says nigga every day. Every day.
And she said I think my favorite line in this was where she was like, or my favorite exchange where she's like, maybe your brother was just supposed to die, what, like, and Henry was like, he's just a fucking kid. You're what is wrong with you? She's
Yeah,
like, kids die all the time. And she says it's so like nonchalant that it's just kind of heart-wrenching. You can just see how much this world has broken her.
No, she told you in the scene that's on the television right this very second, she told you, I was never a good person.
Right, yeah.
I was never a good person. That means when she was born. That means before the pandemic. That means when she got married, when she got divorced, when she was dating, when she was in kindergarten. Bitch, every goddamn bit of her life, this bitch is telling you I was never a good person.
Right, yeah.
They killed my brother.
Yeah.
I'm going to utilize that to just be a bad person for the rest of my life. I'm just going to do that.
Yeah.
This is what I would have been doing if I wasn't nobody telling me not to do it.
Yeah.
She basically said, y'all fucked up letting my brother die because now I'm here, baby.
Big Cav is out here.
Big kids is out here, cuz. She was like, what, cuz? It's a new set on the block, cuz.
Yeah, it's just...
She was not a good person. She told you. She told you. I'm not making this up.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
sure.
We can't even infer anything. She told you. I'm fucking crazy. I don't fuck with none of this. And if you coming up in here to tell me that I need to do something different, nigga, you can get it too.
Yeah, it's like...
That's
like,
what she said to her. Was supposed to be her homie. I'm assuming this is her homie. Like,
oh, right. Yeah, like the other dude. Yeah. Yeah, and he's like pretty much like super down with this. Like, hey,
is he or is he afraid? Like, I don't know. I could never really tell about him. I couldn't tell if he was.
It seemed like in that moment with it was just those two in that room. She had a gun, but he had like a bigger gun. And I was like, this could be a tense situation where like if they oppose each other. But I think that was just like a real moment. He was like, hey, I loved your brother, but like he ain't get shit done. Like we only really reached this.
Yeah,
moment
no, he
where we
definitely
took over
said
the
that.
town.
Definitely, but I'm saying, do
Until-
you think he felt inclined to say that? Because
Earlier, I thought he did.
She was insinuating that he was.
Earlier, I thought
he was, going off the ranch.
Right.
He was crossing the gun line.
Right.
That's what it sounded like. You crossing the gun line. What happened when we crossed the gun line, boss?
Right. I think that like earlier, I definitely thought that that's like why. I think that's why that scene was so well put together, because there's so many moments where he doesn't fully agree with what she's saying initially, or like that's probably not the conclusion I would have came to, just kill everybody and burn the bodies. But you do see in this moment, it's like, even though I hesitate in all those moments, I'm still down with you because I feel like you're the better leader. And the only reason I did X, Y, Z to make sure I was here, talk to your mom and all that shit that might give you cause to pause. I'm really just trying to check on you, make sure you're okay. That's why I came here by myself.
But he's checking on her to make sure she's okay because she's crazy.
Facts. Facts. Because like at the end of the day, she's still like,
it's not because her cholesterol's up.
irrationally.
It's not because he found out that her EKG came back as positive. It's not because she left her insulin at his house and he knows she ain't got no more. It ain't because
right, yeah,
he's worried about her not taking her epilepsy medicine. It's not because she missed the goddamn take that pill, that goddamn pregnancy pill before. No.
Right, yeah.
It's because that bitch is crazy.
Yeah, she is.
She
lost.
is scary crazy, but she's so scary crazy that when Henry comes out to give himself up, this bitch decides she's about to end this nigga's life. This is how it ends, she says.
And I literally said out loud, right at this moment, I was like, "There's about to be a Deus Ex Machina." Like, this is not about to. Like this all, because I was like, this
You said it right before she said that, actually.
This is gonna play out, because if it plays out like this is about to, Ellie's gonna die. So like something's gonna have to happen to disrupt the situation.
And what do we get right on cue? We get Eyeball Monster Man.
Woo!
Mushroom Eyeball Monster Man. I don't know if those are eyeballs.
Well, first
mushrooms.
we get like 40 clickers that run out.
Yeah.
And then, he was
the dumpster truck thing didn't work out for them. It kind of played against them. Kicked in a hole that was already being dug, apparently.
I guess.
And it sunk on in itself, and a bunch of clickers and stickers and
oh man,
squirters and herders and furters and nerf herders.
Horrifying scene, like
bad, crazy things. All the words. Jumping Jehoshaphat. It was insane.
Yeah, this is where really.
I told you I was starting using old words, old ass words.
Oh man, shout out to Sword of the Stone. This is a really thrilling scene, really crazy, and the big eyeball, like bulbous super monster. That guy was the most terrifying.
Let us know if we're wrong. Is it eyeballs or is it just mushrooms? Is it
bubbles?
Like, what is it? Is it bubbles? Is it just bubbles? Is he a Michelin man with retardation or something? Like I don't know. Like I just want to know. Let us know in the comments, because I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I don't want to be wrong. I want to be right, and let me know if I'm wrong so I can be right.
Yeah. It's interesting because he wasn't actually eating anyone or biting anyone. He was just ripping people's heads off, or like choke slamming people like he was the Big Show.
Yeah, he looked like a big baby that had his head split in half, and like he had like some kind of dysmorphia or something when he was born. He's just like a big baby.
He's like Elephant Man.
Like
type
got
situation.
like this crazy strength. I'm trying to be so PC right now. If anyone could tell, anyone who knows me right now knows what I'm trying to say. But he was this big, large, strong. Got this really weird from somewhere else strength coming from somewhere that you know where it's coming from, and he's just ripping everybody apart. He ain't got no purpose. He just out here angry. He's like, I've been in the ground for 15 years. How dare you live your life better than me?
Yeah, it's crazy.
You see who I'm fucking with? You see these niggas? These niggas is just terrible. They just moan all day. That's all I gotta listen to down there. Fuck that shit. Everybody getting ripped up. When I come in here, I'm ripping everybody up.
Yeah, that was
and also a lot of people in this episode just wanted to die. The old man shooting the sniper that was shooting down on him.
Yeah.
And Joel goes up there. He's like, "Yo, bro, just
don't
gun down. Slide it to me. Walk away. Wait here for an hour and just chill. Just that's all you gotta do, dog."
Yeah, at first I didn't even
know
that
motherfucker was like,
I thought he was just some crazy man.
That nigga was like, "No."
Yeah, I was like,
shoot me.
This is where it ends.
Man, do you know what I've been doing up in this? Man, nigga, I've been up here for 3 weeks. Fucking shoot me.
It's like, I'm just, he's just sitting up there mad that he never got any Spider-Man sequels. You know what I'm saying? He's
right. He's like,
he lives in a world without Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, that dude was a writing critic for Vanity Fair in 2003. And now he's sitting there 26 years. What is it? 26 years later, 20 years later, he's sitting there like, damn it.
I mourned the world that could have been.
Why did I waste my whole life preparing for something that wouldn't even exist? I never got to see Spider-Man 3.
I think it would have been a cool idea if they made an Avengers movie.
Yeah, that never got to see Iron Man 2. Shit.
Yeah, no, Iron Man 1, 2003.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
goddamn Matchstick Men and it was Matchstick Men and what else?
Yeah, I forgot what the other one was. Matchstick Men, great movie. What was the other movie? Sam Rockwell, great.
Iron Man? No, not Iron Man. I mean, Titanic? No, it wasn't Titanic.
Man. Yeah, leave in the comments if you remember what the other movie was on the marquee in the movie theater. But so Sam and Henry get pinned down for a little bit, but Ellie saves them heroically. Kathleen tries to catch them as they're trying to escape with Joel. But she ends up getting eaten by the weird little.
Only reason she was able to do that is because the dude told her he tried to save her life. Hey, go.
Right.
He also must have wanted to die because look.
Yeah, it's like,
let's just both leave.
Yeah. Why do you insist on?
She's not gonna leave any faster than you just because you not. Like, no, man, we're both gonna leave.
Both leave, yeah. It's like that guy's big, but y'all can outrun.
Not gonna lie to y'all. Y'all fucked up with me in the apocalypse, because you know what would have happened right then? I would have realized as soon as the motherfuckers came up out of the goddamn hole, as soon as the hole started, really, I heard all that rumbling. I'd have shot one of y'all in the leg, jumped in one of them cars, and been like, yo. I'd have been like, Alex, get in the car. Bow! I'd have shot the nigga in the leg. And then just ran, shoot the nigga closest to me in the leg. Yeah. Let him get the first wave, and we get in the car and we out.
We at this. Like yeah, when they were like, run him down. It was like, why aren't y'all driving the cars in the other direction? Like, why aren't y'all leaving this situation?
Why are you standing and shooting? Y'all have a 15 years worth of fucking demons down in a fucking hole coming out to fucking
like, it's
eat your
about
face.
to not get manageable. Really
Yes,
quickly.
these motherfuckers are hungry. Dog, it's over. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Y'all need to evacuate the situation.
Shoot. Matter of fact, I'm going to shoot 2 niggas. Pop, pop. Shoot. But I'm shooting them in the leg. That way, you know, they can still get eaten.
Yeah, it's not trying to be humane at all.
Because we got to get the fuck up out of here.
Speaking of which, yeah, the smart people do get out of the situation. Ellie, Sam, Joel, and Henry all make their way to, I guess it's like old abandoned hotel. And, you know, Henry and Joel are like, you know, this worked out pretty well. Joel noticed that Henry went back to save Ellie when he didn't have to. So he just like gets further reinforcement that, you know, this is a pretty good guy. So they make a pact to, it's like, all right, we can just go to Wyoming together. Again, really well acted scene by both of these actors.
Joel's like, I'm gonna get me a buddy.
Yeah.
I don't like people, but this guy, he's like a nice people.
Yeah, he's a nice little kid. Like, 'cause he's really young. I forgot to look how young the actor was, but he looks like he, you know, it seems like he's in his
Right
early
out of
20s.
high school, like,
yeah.
Age, or at least in the show.
Yeah, let me look him up real quick. But yeah, he's obviously really young, and he never thought that he was gonna have another friend in this world. It's just like all about saving his brother, who is deaf. Did we mention that he's deaf?
Yeah, we did.
And he's
that.
got the okay. I can't remember.
Alcohol affects memory, not marijuana. Let's just let y'all know.
I mean, shit. We talk about a lot of stuff.
I'm just saying.
Watch a lot of videos.
I'm just saying.
Don't.
I'm taking up for marijuana. Don't you try to come in here and make it weird while I'm taking up for marijuana.
He is a 28-year-old Canadian man.
Yeah, I knew he wasn't as young as he's playing on the show.
Yeah, he's just got one of those voices, like you got a real.
He's just little
voice and baby face.
He's just little. Pedro Pascal is taller than him. He's just a little guy. That's all that is. Because Pedro Pascal got to be what, 5'10" maybe.
Yeah, probably like 5'10". Yeah.
And he's like towering over this kid. So let's just go with that. He's a little bitty guy. He's got that little bitty guy body.
Yeah,
little bitty guy voice.
Voice, yeah.
By the way, Big Sean, he should be acting. He's a very little guy, black, good looking. He should act. He should be acting more.
If he could act, yeah.
I think he could act. He be acting all the time. He be acting like he like what he do. He be acting like he hard. He be acting.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
that's why rappers really do be making good actors sometimes, because like for real, like if you look at all the rapping actors, you can find more good ones than you can bad ones because they be acting, they be pretending.
Yeah,
they doing pretending. It's like wrestlers, you know, like the really good wrestlers also sometimes can end up being really good actors,
right? Because
that's what they be doing. They just be pretending all the time.
Yeah, there's something there because there's a performance aspect. We should definitely talk about rappers and turned actors because there's
we could do a whole fucking podcast on that.
There's something interesting.
You could do a whole drunk review on that, drunk analysis.
Yeah, like then in the final scene. Or final moments of the episode, we get Ellie and Sam talking late at night. They're supposed to be going to bed, but they're talking comic books and such. And Sam reveals to Ellie that he was bitten in that little interaction. And Ellie's like, "Oh man, don't even fucking worry about it, dog. I got bit too, and my blood is medicine. Let me just heal you real quick." And I was like, I don't think is that how that works? We
I don't think she thought it was going to work either. I mean, I think she thought to a degree it would work, but it just shows you, you know, as like adult or as like much adult shit, or as well as Ellie handles everything, I should say. As well as Ellie handles everything, she's not an adult. You know what I'm saying? She's still a kid. She still has a kid's mind, and she doesn't understand, like, that's just not how it works.
Right. Yeah, she's has definitely been matured because of her situations that she's gone through in her short life. But yeah, she's like you said, she's still a kid, and she has like that optimism that would not have been present. Like, if Joel had seen the same thing, he would have been dead immediately, and he probably would have just killed Henry too, just because like, I don't trust what you're going to do about, like, I don't trust how you're going to react to this. But I did really think it was a nice, sad, sweet moment where Ellie promises to Sam that she's going to stay up with him and make sure that he's okay. And of course, when morning comes, he turns. And we get that really awful scene where Sam is trying to kill Ellie, and Joel's trying to save Ellie, but Henry is just so confused, distraught. Like, he's like trying to shoot at Joel, but he's like, oh, also, I don't want this little girl to die, but that's my little brother. Like, so many emotions were happening. What did you think of that?
And he never
scene?
killed anybody before.
Yeah. The first person you had to kill with your own hands is your little brother, who's you've gone through all this stuff to save. It's a wonderfully written scene. Nice, really well built up.
If I turn into a zombie and you have to kill me, don't kill yourself.
Okay.
It's just not, I mean, I'm a zombie. I'm already dead.
Right.
Just kill me. Because I don't want to be a zombie.
Yes.
I mean, it's not my best look. I'm a good looking guy. Zombie don't look good on me, I don't think. Vampire? If I'm a vampire and you kill me,
story.
let me tell you something. If I'm a vampire and you kill me, I'm going to be very fucking mad. I wasn't going to eat you. You need to just mind your own goddamn business.
You need to chill out.
Because I wouldn't kill you if you was a vampire. If you was a zombie, I'd have to kill you. I feel very fucking bad about it.
Yeah,
it would haunt me for the rest of my life.
Zombies don't have personality. That's one thing I couldn't get into that iZombie show.
It's not like he had to kill his brother like he hit a deer in the street. Like, oh, I have to kill you so you put you out of your misery type thing. Like, it wasn't like it was still his brother. Like, I understand the whole sadness behind it. But,
yeah, of course. Because it's like, even though that person is lost and there's no way of saving them, like we already saw, like if there was a way to save him, it didn't work. That's, you still can't, separate the fact, that is a real person that you have these real memories with. And it's really heartbreaking, especially like we already said, like all the stuff that he went through to save him. And of course he takes his life, like we mentioned. We get the burial.
And then they bury him. They bury them both in the parking lot, outside the parking lot of the hotel room, and they're going about to the next episode. It's time to go. It's time to move on. That's why, I don't know. I guess I'm just like a character in the video game. I'm like more like Joel and Ellie. Like, I'm just like, yeah, that was sad. Okay, now it's time to go to the next thing. Hopefully we'll see some more black people.
Yeah, hopefully. It was definitely a really well-written episode. Well put together. I don't really know much more other than, I've only read ahead a little bit on this series, like way before the show got announced. So I've been trying to avoid like little spoilery things. But is there anything like that you're really excited about? Do you think
not saying anything? I'm just keeping it going. We're just keeping it pushing, man. I'm not gonna say anything about none of that stuff. Look, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Drunk Banthas podcast.
Indeed,
because we out here doing this shit. Regardless of what comes our way, we out here doing this all the time. So just, what I'm saying, we appreciate everyone who listens, likes, subscribes, and shares and comments. We appreciate every single one of y'all. Y'all are the reason we do this. So thank you. I appreciate you.
Indeed, guys. We try.
And if you're not subscribed, what the fuck are you? What's wrong with you, dog? Subscribe right now. You watch all of this shit. It's like 40 minutes something. Man, it's goddamn, nigga. Just subscribe. Quit being a nigga. Give them y'all your goddamn Gmail account and just subscribe.
Subscribe, guys.
Everybody know what you're doing anyway. Your identity is not protected, nigga. Subscribe.
Guys, we try to do this every once in a while, so go ahead and leave a like and subscribe so you can get updates on new videos. Check us out on Twitter, IG, TikTok, likewise, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the internet things at The Drunk Banthas. Until next time, stay safe, my little etch-a-sketches. May the force be with you.